which kind of begs the question, why do you think there's such an adversity to wanting to go into SEO? Like, are we seeing the benefit? Is it because it's math-based, it's more difficult to enter that game? So what do you think are the barriers that keeps people from just saying like, yeah, of course I need to do this, it's easy?
Well, a lot of people think that SEO is actually like now pixie dust and magic, and that there's maybe there's something secret or hidden and something like that. Maybe they don't know it. Um, that that's where I think a lot of people run into problems with SEO is they don't realize that it's math based. They think there's some arcane knowledge that only a handful of people have, and they can't get access to it. When in fact you can. One of the best parts about doing SEO is that the secret is actually hiding in plain sight. Google shows you the sites that it likes. And it likes those sites for really one of two reasons. It likes the site for the words that are on the page, and it likes the site for the signals, the external signals that are coming to that page. Those are often referred to as backlinks. So backlinks are votes. If you have a piece of content and somebody else says, hey, check out this content, and there's a link on it, so if somebody clicks and then comes to your page, that's a vote, and Google counts those votes. Not all those votes are equal. The more authority, the stronger, the bigger a site is, the more weight that vote carries. But really, so there are those two things, the words that are on the page and then the links that are coming into it. What it comes down to is then you can count those things. You can count how many times those words are being used. You can see where they're being used. And then to a large extent, you can count the votes that are coming in. And the idea is that if you give Google the kind of page that it wants and you can get the votes from the right places, then you can be very successful. And that's where tools can come in, because you can go in and you can manually count these things. That's a little difficult to do. It is possible, but you can emulate the type of page that Google wants. You can write it a little bit better. You can get those votes. You can get a few more votes. And then that's where you can be successful, but without relying on any magic or special knowledge. It really just comes down to grinding, figuring it out, and then getting it done.
That's very interesting when you speak about like pixie dust, because that's obviously where a lot of people are just like, yeah, I can't touch that with, a 10-foot pole. And then we look at AI and we're like, oh, is that going to replace it or fix everything? But you said earlier, like AI, if you're doing bad SEO, you're just going to accelerate your demise. And even if I'm looking at tools that are not AI based, but there's tons of tools, including some of yours, that exist to help me with SEO. If I'm still doing things badly, I'm probably going to use technology to accelerate my demise, regardless of what tool that is. So I'd be curious to know, what are the core things that I should be aware of or that I should be paying attention to if I want to at least get myself good at understanding SEO and have some utility with it?
Well, again, look at the pages that Google is ranking for whatever you are trying to win. There are only 10 spots on page 1. So like Google shows you, these are the ones I like the most. And then there are ones on page 2. These are ones I like second most. And you can start to see a lot of similarities between those types of pages. Now, things will change keyword to keyword. It's not learning it once for one keyword and then you've got it for all. Things change keyword to keyword. Things change niche to niche. There are things, this is where that maybe gets a little tricky, is that Google will like these types of words for this keyword and these types of links for this keyword, these types of votes. But for another keyword, they might like the words in a different order or a different amount of times, or they might like slightly different links coming in different types of votes. So that's where you have to do that type of research, but it is there, it is accessible, it is something that you can figure out. Now, if you wanted to learn SEO, like I want to go learn what these things are, a great way to do it is to use a tool like mine, or a tool like called Quora, or a tool called Surfer. And these are on-page tools. Look at the things that they have pulled out that are important. If you can define what those things are, if you can locate them on the page, and then you can see what you would need to do to tweak or optimize them, I bet if you did the 50 things in each of those tools, you'd probably crack the top 250 in terms of best SEOs in the world, because there are a lot of people that don't know any of that. They claim to be SEOs. So, but that'd be a great way to learn it. See what those tools have pulled out, what they've identified. And if you can figure out what those things are and where they are on the page and how they work, you're going to really accelerate your SEO knowledge, and you could actually probably start to do some SEO from there.
Nice. Well, I do have to take one step back. So assuming I'm listening to this and, I'm on this podcast so far and I'm like, okay, they talked SEO, they said keyword. What the hell keyword? What am I supposed to even think about keyword? How do I come up with a keyword? What does that mean? Like, if I'm really playing a beginner's mind, say I've just got this business, what do I start what am I even trying to rank for? What do I find as a keyword if I'm, I don't know, am I a solopreneur? Am I a small retail shop? I think what feels concrete to me, like I'll think of my dad. He has a swimming pool retail operation in Ottawa, Canada. So I can think of like swimming pool, buying a swimming pool, Ottawa, localized. Seems like a game I can play. But, anybody who might be in a more services-based business, where do I start this? Like, how do I start getting those keywords idea down if I'm feeling totally clueless?
A keyword is something that someone would type into a search engine and then things would appear, pages would appear. And if you want to win that term that they would type in, and by win, I mean you show up in Google when somebody does that search, that's a keyword. That you could almost think of like the main concept of a page. There are some important ideas here, though. If you have one important term, it needs one specific page on your site. Google doesn't rank websites, Google ranks pages. So there are times when I'm consulting with, say, somebody that's relatively new to SEO, and they'll say, we want to win this term because they know it's an important term for, buy a pool in Ontario type of term. They know that's important to them. I'm like, okay, well, what page on your site have you built and optimized for that term? And you'll hear crickets. And they're like, the website? And it's like, well, no, you can't just build the website. You have to have a specific page for that keyword, for that top level concept. So if you think about what are the main services that you have, your main products that you have, each of those are probably keywords, and each one of those likely needs its own page on your site in order for you to optimize for that. Now, that main term needs to go in very specific place on the site. Don't overthink it. Some people really like to out-clever Google. If there's a term you want to win, that term needs to be as that is on the page. And you'd want to put this into the title, the page title, the title tag. That's the title that search engines see. And you want to get that in your H1. That's the title that humans see. If you've ever built a page, that's just the title header, the one at the top. You need to get into those two spots. You need to get it within paragraph tags. Paragraph tags are just your main content, the main words on the page. And you also want it in the URL. The URL is, what you put in for the name of the page that goes into the web address if somebody types in. So those are the top 4 places to put a keyword. If you put a keyword in those 4 places, you've probably done 60% of SEO right then and there. And if the term isn't terribly tricky, you will beat a lot of your competitors just doing that, because most people try to out-clever it and they won't put the top keyword in those 4 places. And you don't need any special tool or any special knowledge to do that. It's just a matter of getting it done. And it surprises me to this day how many people don't do that at all, and then wonder why they're struggling with their SEO. So if you can do that, you're going to get way ahead of your competitors, especially if you're dealing with other competitors that aren't doing a lot of really great SEO.
Thank you so much for listening to the Selling with Love podcast. We have some previous episodes you can tune into right here. And if you prefer the short form content where you get to the point in under 10 minutes, we do have a ton of clips from our best episodes that are being shared on this channel as well. So pick which one supports you the most. And of course, thank you for liking, subscribing, and of course, selling with love.